The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
And welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the way. Great show lined up for you today. If you have any questions, I'm going to leave the phone number right here on the screen throughout the duration of the show. Look, if you want to start that house hunt this weekend, you want to find that dream home, we can get you pre-qualified. We can try to get you pre-qualified right now to where you can go start the house hunt right now. Same phone number, 407-205-0400. Great show lined up, but first, the opening statement. The opening statement today is brought to you by our friends. And really, these guys created the most dynamic, innovative real estate tool I have seen possibly in my career. It is Home Uplink. Barrett and Zach, great friends of ours. Look, everyone can go on the website right now and find some houses for sale, but they are the only place that you can go and see all of the open houses that are available for you today, available for you tomorrow. Home Uplink, go to the website or download the app and you can have it right on your phone and find out where all the open houses are. It's unbelievable. The guys tell us how we do it. I have no doubt in my mind the best new product in real estate right now is Home Uplink, and I'm so happy to be joined by their very, very smart founders. I mean, this is a great product. Barrett and Zach are here. So tell me what Home Uplink can do for me. I'm sitting at home right now. I want to buy a house. What does Home Uplink do for me?
So basically what we do is we take all the data every single day and we consolidate it and give open houses to every single person across Florida. So if you're in search for an open house, all you have to do is type in Orlando, you type in Tampa, Miami, and it's going to come up with every single open house for that day only, give you the time, the date. It's going to give you who's hosting the open house, pictures, and how you can get in contact with those people.
There are plenty of websites you can go to where you can find out what houses are for sale. There is only one app, one website you can go to find out where we have open houses, all in one place.
Yeah, and every morning we scour to make sure that the properties that are on there are still live properties, because in today's market, it's hard to find property.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really one of the toughest things.
And it's not just for consumers. This helps real estate agents as well. This is a very good friend of real estate agents.
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to help real estate agents have an online presence for their open houses, because if they're going to do the work, they should get the benefit.
Yeah, totally agree. You can do yourself a favor. Visit Home Uplink. Download the very convenient app. I'm so proud of you guys. I can't wait to watch this thing totally explode. The best new product in real estate, without a doubt, is Home Uplink. Hey, look, Florida is great. I am bullish on Florida. I'm bullish on the Florida real estate market, without question. However, we have a few crises in this state, less than many states, I'll be honest with you. But number one, the home insurance issue that we have going on right now is something that's a little bit scary. We have a special session coming up on it. We're going to address that situation. Mortgage interest rates. Now, this is a national thing, not just Florida, but you have seen them tick up, and you've seen the Fed say they're going to continue to increase that Fed rate throughout May. How do we deal with that when it comes to purchasing a house? Also, solar. This is something you might not have heard much about. You know that I've gone solar on my house with IQ Power Solar. You're not going to believe what they're trying to do with solar. They're trying to take the power away from you to the big utility companies, and they're doing so by not giving you the credit that you should have when you do go solar. The good thing is you have some time to deal with that problem right now. I'll tell you how to overcome that problem the same way I did when I went solar. We're going to answer all of those questions, and we're going to do so by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the show, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today are people that I know, friends of mine. Rachel Plankton is here, Dallas Lehman is here, and Bator will join us momentarily to deal with this solar issue that we have. Let's start with you, Rachel. Welcome back. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm great. Thank you for having me back.
How is the campaign going first? A lot of people don't know that, yes, you're a real estate agent, but you're also running for office right now out of Seminole County. How's it going?
That's right. I have a lot going on.
You're a busy lady.
Absolutely. It's going great. I've outraised my opponents 10-1.
Dang.
And I'm working really hard. They're not going to outwork me. And I tell you, just about everything I learned for this campaign, I learned from real estate.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is sales. A lot of it is, winning people over to your point of view and getting them to trust you.
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of real estate is as well as political campaign.
Absolutely. Dallas
Yeah.
Lehman is here. Dallas, how are you, sir?
Great, thanks, Justin.
And let's start with you first of all. I read something today that the Fed chairman said that he's going to blast us on the Fed rate in May. What does that mean for us on the mortgage interest rate side?
Well, let's talk about what he said, and let's talk about where we are.
He didn't say blast. I added that,
That's a good word,
Okay.
and quite honestly, it very well may happen, but we just don't know. But let's look at where we are today of what's going on. As you said a few minutes ago, the bottom line is they are committed to raising interest rates all through the rest of this year. So what does that mean? Last time we spoke, let's look at the range of where we are today. People get confused because they hear all of these different rates, and they really don't know. What does it mean? If you look at it today, the range would be, let's look at an ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage. You can probably get in the 3s as we speak today. FHA, they are still in the 4s as we speak today.
Right.
And then Fannie and Freddie spoke last week and the week before, and they're saying that a conventional 30-year fixed mortgage is probably in the 5s. So with all that said, we're sort of in a range where you still have the ability to make it happen. But when you say blast,
Yeah.
where are we going to end up? They are going to commit, and they are going to keep raising rates.
It's easy on a real estate show, and we get made fun of for saying, now's the time to buy. And we don't want to just say now's the time to buy. I want to really know, is now still a good time to buy? And when I look at history, okay, and I look at rates historically, where we are now is still really a fantastic place. And then also you look at the state of Florida. Yes, our housing prices have increased, skyrocketed, maybe even if you will. That being said, if you compare us to other parts of the country, we're still relatively inexpensive, and there are more people moving here than anywhere else in the country. What do you think we should do right now? I'm renting. Do you think it's a good time to buy?
Year over year, January last year through this year, rates have climbed, according to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, over 19%. And the landlords are going to keep thumping the renters, unfortunately, because they know it's their market. Inventory is a little bit low. Rates are seemingly high, but let's go to what you said about Florida. Rates are still extremely low. People are still moving here in upwards of 1,000 per day, all from the blue states. We know that. So the bottom line is Florida is a great place to live. Values in the Sunshine State, as you said, are strong. But let's just go to one more thing, and I think is the most important thing when you talk about history and rates. And that is the best hedge against inflation is to buy a home. You're still going to get that equity. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I can say that with absolute certainty in one regard. Many of the people I'm meeting with, many of the people I'm talking to, what they're saying is, Dallas, I can't believe this. We're into the first quarter this year. I retired last year. All my 401ks, all my IRAs, all my Robinhood, which just was sort of shut down the other day. But all those accounts that everybody was working with permitted them to retire. Now they're coming to me and say, Dallas, you know what? Under this administration, those values, payouts, and everything that I planned on for retiring is not as high as it. I have to refinance. I need a little bit of a war chest from my equity. So to hedge against inflation, it's still the same story. There's never been a better way to hedge against inflation and to build your own equity and your own bank and your own personal wealth by buying a home, especially in Florida, Justin.
You talk about running for office, and the joke is, I don't want all my skeletons coming out of the closet, so to speak. Rachel has none of those. I assure you that. I know Rachel well. But it's the same thing sometimes when someone has been renting for a while, and they're afraid to talk to you because they're afraid to pull out the credit report that has the proverbial skeletons in it. People are scared to do that. How hard or how pristine does my credit have to be to actually qualify for a mortgage now?
That's an excellent question. You know something, no one should ever preclude themselves, ever, from starting the home purchasing process based on credit. Every single person I've known over the years, everybody has a little ding, has a little history, has a little this or that causes their credit to take a temporary downslide, just a little bit, or maybe a health event, something happens. those people can still buy homes. The programs are still out there to help these people. And what I tell people is, if they come to me, and let's just say their credit is bad, they think it's bad, I know it's bad, then what I say is, let's start the program today.
Right.
We've got a 30, a 45, a 60, a 90-day, a 120-day plan to get you in a position to purchase and heal that credit.
Got it. And Rachel, back to you for a second, because you are running for office now.
That's right.
I know that you're going to win, but you don't ever want to feel you don't want to feel that way when you're running. You know, you want to keep up the hard work, and I get that. And people are watching right now in Seminole County who may want to support you. Is there a good place to go? Is there a website to go to really get involved in your campaign?
Sure, RachelPlankton.com. And that's PLAKON. And you can also send me an email at rachel@rachelplankton.com.
Beautiful. Help her out, please. I don't think she needs it, but it never hurts to go help. And it's good to get involved in politics locally. I think it's always good to get to know someone like you who's approachable, someone who might want to get into politics later, or just get involved in a campaign. It really can become life-changing. I've seen some younger people who get involved and they meet a lot of new people, and I've seen it really change the trajectory of their own careers to get involved in politics. And when you talk about it on a Seminole County level like you, it's really as simple as sending you an email and go help with some signs or go to the campaign office. And
oh yeah, there's always something to do.
Always something to do.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about this home insurance issue right now. I hear there's some special session coming up. I mean, what is going on in Florida with homeowners insurance?
Well, it's an absolute crisis, Justin. In fact, Senator Brandes has stated that it was a crisis 3 years ago. Now it's a collapse. So we've got people around the state that are paying more in some circumstances for homeowners insurance than their mortgage.
Yeah.
Some people want to get homeowners insurance, cannot find it. And in fact, 82% of all U.S. litigation last year regarding homeowners insurance was in Florida. So something's going on, right? And we only had 2 homeowners insurance companies that reported a net profit out of 52 companies. So what's going on is the question. We have a lot of great attorneys like yourself. We have a lot of great contractors. But there is a scheme that's been going around the state where homeowners in a neighborhood will get a letter and it'll say something to the effect of, there was a recent hailstorm in your area and you may need a new roof. And in some circumstances, they're actually paying people to do a roof inspection. And when they possibly don't need a new roof, and in a lot of circumstances don't need a new roof, and then if the insurance company doesn't pay for the new roof, they sue the insurance company, and then the insurance companies are finding it's cheaper just to give them the roof than it is to litigate a lot of this.
Right.
So we have a lot of insurance companies that are collapsing, which is forcing a lot of our citizens to go to citizens insurance, and which is backed by the taxpayers.
Yeah.
And it's forcing everybody in Florida to pay for it. And especially when we have hurricanes, hurricane season is starting on June the 1st. And so God forbid we have a major storm, it's going to make this problem even more compounded and worse.
Rates are definitely skyrocketing. And now with everything else skyrocketing, with the gas prices, the cost of groceries, it really has a big impact on the bottom line for families.
It absolutely does, yeah. And so many families cannot afford insurance anymore. And then they're losing their house because the mortgage company wants them to buy insurance.
Yeah. Rachel, can you stick around for a few minutes? Because I want to bring in Stephen Bator here in a moment about this solar bill that's going on. It's actually sitting on Governor DeSantis' desk. I want to get your take on that here in just a minute. But let me say goodbye to Dallas Lehman. And I've seen so many people that you've given the dream of home ownership to. In fact, one of your clients was in my office, I think, Thursday, and they were so happy, and they came in and said, we got this great rate and had a great experience. So thank you for what you do for not just this audience, but my clients and our friends. If I want to start the house hunt this weekend, what is the best way to reach out to you to get pre-approved?
Call us today, call us then, 407-383-8913 direct. Let's get you started, and let's get you into your home.
Excellent job as always, buddy.
Thank you.
Here's what we're going to do. Quick break. When we return, now is the time to get solar. I went solar. I'm going to tell you why it's so important right now. You have real estate details. Here with my good buddy Carter Burks with Carter Water at a house doing a full house install. Now, we're not in my house, but I do have this system in my house and I love it. Thank you to Carter Water for what you guys have done for me.
Absolutely.
Not only am I saving money every day because we're not buying bottled water anymore, Carter, the shower feels totally different now. Why is that?
Well, because you don't have any hardness in your water anymore, Justin. Calcium, magnesium's gone, the chlorine's gone as well. So all you have is good, clean water.
And the cost. I paid $0 up front and literally the cost of a couple of bottles of water per month, and it's amazing. And again, think about all the bottles of water I'm not drinking and my family's not drinking. I mean, we're saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month, all while having much better water. Why is the Florida water so bad?
Well, because we come from the Florida aquifer. The aquifer is polluted. It's full of everything we do up here gets down there. Then the city has to hit it with so many chemicals to make it safe to come out to you.
Right. And you know, we have families. I have a family. I feel so much better now that my family's protected from that bad water. I think what people don't understand is when you're bathing, when you're showering in the Florida water, that's also not good for your health.
It's not, because your skin will soak it up. You just don't drink it, you consume it through your body as well.
And what kind of process is that? Is this a several day deal? You're gonna have to uproot the family, or is this fairly simple?
There's no backhoes or bulldozers involved, I guarantee you, because our patented technology with NASA and the EPA, it provides good clean water throughout every single faucet in your home. So whether it's here in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you always are protected with good clean water.
So when you leave this house today, this family is gonna be able to turn that on and drink fresh, clean, healthy water. Is that what you're telling me?
That's it right there.
$0 down, payment plans. You're gonna pay so little per month. Do yourself a favor, call my man Carter Burks with Carter Water today. You will absolutely not regret that decision.
Hi, my name is Dallas Lehman, president of UM Mortgage. There has been a lot of news lately regarding interest rates. The Federal Reserve has spoken recently and reported they are committed to raising rates for the rest of this year and into the next. Now for the good news. Rates are still extremely low. The National Association of Realtors reports consumers should bear in mind that mortgage rates are still historically low. The historic average on a 30-year fixed mortgage is 8%. As we speak, Freddie Mac is averaging rates in the 4s. 2022 can still be your best year to purchase your own home or refinance to a lower rate. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rising rental payments. Call today and let's get started. Your Under One Roof team is always here for you.
Welcome back to the show, joined now by Stephen Bator, the COO of IQ Power Solar. Stephen, good to see you again. It's been a minute.
It has. Thank you for having me again. It's been a long time.
And as most people know, I went solar with IQ Power Solar a couple of years ago now and continue to save money month after month after month. We're talking about $20,000, $30,000 that we've saved at this point. And then the IRS tax credit that I got as well. Thank you for what you've done for me and my family. Going solar was the best financial decision I think that we could make, at least when it comes to real estate.
Great, it's my pleasure.
Now, I'm a little bit concerned though. I heard that there's this bill that has come through and it's on Governor DeSantis' desk that is going to change the way, if he signs it, that we really look at solar and how it affects us when you look at that net. What is this bill about?
Yeah, one of the key policies that makes Florida so appealing for residents to get solar is net metering, which basically makes sure that when the homeowner produces more energy than they're using, that they get due credit for that from the utility company. And these bills threaten that. So, if they change the policy and they go with these two bills, if DeSantis signs these, then essentially they're going to go from retail rate of what they owe you to wholesale rate. Which, I mean, for example, like if you're now currently getting 18 cents for a kilowatt hour, they're going to give you 2, which is detrimental.
Well, let's say I've been thinking about going solar, okay? Let's say he signs the bill tomorrow. Is it too late, or do I still have an opportunity to sign up for solar and get grandfathered in?
According to the way that the bill is written right now, if it goes through, then you have until 2024 for the new meter to be on, which means it doesn't mean you have till November of 2023. It means, guys, the solar has to be contract signed, engineering done, permitting done, install, and then interconnection, which is when they change the meter. So you need to buy solar now.
I highly recommend, whatever you do, I highly recommend you go solar, but you almost need to do it now to get the benefits of going solar. I assure you, when you have to start leasing from these utility companies, it is not going to be the same. It's going to end up costing you money. I would call Steven today, 407-205-0400. Call the company that I went through. I'm telling you right now, I trust them. They did a fantastic job. I'm one of their biggest advocates and certainly their customers. So again, thank you, Steve. Then you look at house values though, because this is a real estate show, okay? Yeah. And if you compare, house values have skyrocketed, of course, but if I compare two houses in the same neighborhood, one house has a $50 a month electricity bill, the other one has $500 per month electricity bill. Same house. I'm going to go with the house that has the lower electricity bill, and I'm going to pay more for it. It inherently is going to increase the property values. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's not even an opinion, for agreeing or disagreeing. It definitely increases, property value. We also have something that's really cool. We have exclusivity with this program right now, but we guarantee home value. So if you buy solar with IQ Power, and 3 years, 4 years later, you go to sell your house, and you come and get a solar appraisal from us, and we say, hey, your solar's worth $30,000. If the appraiser disagrees, then we get one more appraiser. If they disagree, we give you a check for the difference. So yeah. It's guaranteed. It wasn't disputed as much as you may think, but as long as the appraisers are educated and the inspectors are educated, it's a lot more aligned with accuracy than people might think.
Yeah, and meet Rachel Plankton running for office. She would be your representative, actually, as a Seminole County resident. But you come from the real estate world, and think about it. I mean, if you're showing a family two similar houses, and one of them has a very low electric bill versus one that has a very high electric bill, don't you think that would affect the mentality of that purchaser in regards to which house to buy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. And now you're guaranteeing that the value essentially is going to go up or money back, or you're going to make everybody whole.
Yeah, and when you said you need to go solar now, right, it's not because, just get solar now. It's because, guys, the next 3 or 4 months when people are educated on this, solar contractors are going to get contracts at 3 or 4 times quicker than their infrastructure is good to handle. So there's going to be a backlog. Yeah. That is why you need to go now. It's essentially like, it's not, it's changing tomorrow, but you don't want to end up in that backlog and then you literally just get called and you get your money back and you didn't go solar. So it is real, it is serious. And we're going to do a cool program where if you go solar based on, meeting us from this show, we're going to pay your payment up until the end of 2024.
Really?
So, super cool.
I like that. Say that again.
Yeah. So if you go solar with us and, you have a $400 electric bill and you finance the solar with us, we're going to make your payment for the rest of now to the end of the year to 2024, so you won't pay for it at all. Yeah.
What a program!
That's pretty cool.
That's just for my people.
Stresses me out. It's very expensive. But
I know. I'm shocked. We didn't talk about this before the show.
We got to do what we can do.
It makes me happy. And really, what's going on in Tallahassee right now is an effort by a lobbyist. I think for the big. This is my opinion. An effort by lobbyists from the big utility companies to try to push you out a little bit. That's what I think. And having Rachel here, how does that, because your husband Scott's been in the State House for years and years, done a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
But
I agree.
I know, absolutely, and a great guy too. But
I'm a big fan of you guys, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I love your work in the community. I know you're involved in real estate, and I know you've done a lot of work with different, female organizations as well in Lake Mary, correct?
Yeah, I serve on the Florida Commission on the Status of Women.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Very honored to be a part of that. Yeah, thank you.
It's awesome.
But how does this lobbying thing really work? We always hear about lobbyists. Oh, big bad lobbyists. But how does it really work? Is this like we go to Tallahassee and take people to dinner? What is this lobbying thing all about?
Well, they got rid of that rule. So lobbyists cannot buy a member anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't do any of that anymore.
Huh.
But lobbyists basically represent an industry. So for instance, the tow truck industry, representing tow truck businesses throughout Florida, they'll have a lobbyist that will, essentially represent them to the legislature. And it helps them because it helps the legislators because it prevents thousands of people from going to Tallahassee to talk about what they need, and they could be the voice of, thousands of people essentially. Now they do have a bad reputation, somewhat, but there's a lot of good ones out there too.
Yeah.
And the realtors have a lobbyist, so there's not, the realtors are good people.
I want to be a lobbyist. It's just Tallahassee is a long drive for us. You know what I mean? Do you have to drive up there a lot to Tallahassee?
My husband does. He's got to go back for the special session in May, and he just finished several weeks of regular session as well.
Got it. Perfect.
I just send emails.
You send emails?
Works.
You're not a lobbyist, though.
I lobby for pro-consumer.
Oh, do you?
legislature, Yeah, but you know, I'm not for hire. There's different brackets inside of the industry. But
Yeah.
you know, but for instance, you know, Duke spent I think $25 million on a lobbyist. You know, and there's no one spending for pro-consumer, right? There's
Yeah.
there's no fundraising for pro-consumer lobbying.
But in a lot of ways, I mean, you have become sort of the spokesperson for doing solar and doing it right. I mean, I see the work that you do. I see the articles that you write. How did you become sort of that guy in this market who's really pro-solar and people listen to your work?
Pretty much your shows, Justin.
Is that what it was? You're welcome.
Pretty much every one of them. But you know, being a part of this network a couple years back, and you know, and doing this with you, I got to meet a lot of great people, Philip and Tyson, and branching off on that. And you know, I do a lot of stuff with, you know, HGTV and Ready Set Renovate and all that. It's kind of a family you guys have here, you know, and being a part of that's been extremely helpful. I really appreciate it.
And Ryan and Derek, of course, don't forget, and Bob
Yeah.
and Ivan.
I never know what those guys do. They're like
gang.
the CIA of the news station. I never really
I
know
agree.
what they're doing over there.
I mean, I do think they run the show, unquestionably.
No, they do, definitely. And I see them on sets when we do homes. And we go to customers' house, and the drone guy is a wizard.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, awesome. Stephen Bator. Rachel Plankton, as always. One more time, if someone wants to get involved, help your campaign. And this isn't one of those campaigns probably that's going to be in November because, you know, Seminole County's still a little bit Republican, and your main, I think, challenge will be in August. So now is the time to jump in and help. What is the best way for us to jump in and help Rachel Plankton get to Tallahassee?
That's right. And in fact, I do have a Democrat seat, +2 Democrat, but right now I do not have a Democrat challenger. So, but they can go to rachelplankton.com. That's Rachel, RACHEL, PLAKON.com.
Perfect. If you want to get grandfathered in for solar without having to get put on the back burner and not get any benefit from it at all, IQ Power Solar, that's who I used. And it's really a full energy efficiency analysis of your home. It's not just putting panels on your roof. Thanks for always taking care of our family, man. It saved me so much money. It's crazy. 407-205-0400. I'll connect you with Steve literally this week. And is there a good website as well? How else can I reach out and engage with you?
The phone call to you guys works really well. If you want to go on iqpowersolar.com, I'm going to kind of write up a recap article of everything we talked about so you can get a little bit more in depth before you call. But that'll be a 1 or 2 pager. But calling you or iqpowersolar.com is effective.
Awesome. Good job. Good to see you as always. Thank you for joining me today. Dallas Lehman is back at the phones right now if you want to get pre-approved. 407-205-0400. I got a little deal. If IQ Power Solar is going to give you a deal, I got a deal too. If you're looking to sell your home, email me, jclark@youhavepower.com. I will show it off right here on this program next week. Thank you for joining me as always. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm attorney Justin Clark. See you next week for You Have Real Estate.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. All under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.